Hi guys, Jimmy from iGearUnlimited.com. I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways to install a skin onto your iPad and iPhone. What I have here is an iPad 3 with a skin already applied. I'm going to show you how we can remove that, how easy it is to remove that, and also install the new one. We're going to work on the back side first. Basically, to remove the skin, you want to pick a corner, just like you remove any sticker. Once you got the corner picked, you can easily remove it. Now, as you know, at iGearUnlimited.com, we produce tough skins for iPads and iPhone that has a removable adhesive that won't leave any residue when you need to take it off. The skin does have a very tough, scuff-resistant lamination on it. So it will almost function like a case and protect your iPad from any damage on the back. What I have here is a set of new skins. I have a back skin for the back of the iPad, a front frame, and also for every iPad skin that you order from iGear Unlimited, we give you a set of iPhone skins at no additional charge. So to install the back skin onto the iPad, we're going to peel off the skin, take the liner off. This is the adhesive side, we want to expose that. On this side, you can't really see it in the camera, but it has a micro texture air release liner on it, so that it's when you install it, you won't get any air bubbles. Now, what I'm doing here is that I'm lining up the notch on the skin to the buttons on the iPad, make sure they're centered left and right, and then I'm pushing the skin by standing the iPad vertically. I'm pushing the skin all the way in. That way, it's gonna be flush to the iPad. Push it all the way in until it stops. Okay. Of course, you need to clean your iPad before you install any new skins. I'm not cleaning this one because you had a skin on it already, and the surface is already clean. So once you have that lined up, you want to push down on your iPad, apply a little pressure, and then just roll it back a little bit like that, until about a 45-degree angle here. That will ensure the case to firm contact with the skin with the adhesive, so that it's mounted straight. This way, you're not going to have any. You don't have to go and try to line it out and make sure it's not crooked. Then what you can do is take any credit card or any rigid card and smoothly apply the skin onto the back of the case. Now, because it has the air release liner on it, it's very easy to apply. You don't really need to be too careful about it. It's going to go on there almost perfect every single time. If you do encounter any air bubbles during installation, you can, because it's a removable adhesive, you can easily remove the skin from the iPad and reapply it. Now, as you can see, it's nice and even, straight, all across. See, it's a nice even border. You don't need to worry about things lining up. The holes are already cut out for the camera hole as well as for the speakers and the docking cable. Everything is perfectly sized. We have two different sizes available, one for iPad 2, one for iPad 3. Of course, right after you put on the skin, you want to once you make sure the position is correct, you want to run your fingers around the edge, make sure it's firmly affixed onto the case. That will give you, make sure it's durable during daily use. We're also going to remove the front. Like removing any sticker, you pick the corner, easily peel it off. You can see it's all nice and clean. There's no residue left behind at all. You take the new skin, you kind of do a rough lineup. You can kind of just see how it's going to go onto your iPad. Remove the skin from the liner. Now for the front, what I usually do is I lay my skin like this. This way I can easily work and line up the skin without having the skin attached to the iPad before I want to. So what I do is that I usually line up the top edge to the glass and make sure the camera is showing through the hole, is perfectly centered within the hole that's on the skin. Then you can firmly press it down, pull it back, and line up the button centered in the hole. And firmly press it down. And there you go. Now that you have a completely new skin on the iPad. The reason we call our skin a tough skin is because this tough scuff-resistant layer is actually very thick. It's pretty thick compared to some of the other skins you may find. It's so durable and scratch-resistant. It's almost like a case, you know. And you can see how perfectly it's lined up here around the button and around the camera. Everything's perfectly centered. And that's because we use a CNC machine to do the cutting of the skins. The CNC machine, if you know, is if you're familiar with manufacturing, it's the same type of machine that Apple uses to manufacture their iPad and drill all the holes and do the actual manufacturing. And we make our skins using the same CAD files that Apple uses to do the manufacturing. That's how we can ensure that everything lines up perfectly. So let me show you how we're going to install the iPhone skin. Same thing, it removes very easily. It's made of the same tough skin material. Because the iPhone is a much smaller piece, it's usually a lot easier to attach. Basically, you take the skin, you use a camera hole, the shape of the silver ring there for alignment, and it goes on pretty easily. So once you have it lined up, smooth it out, and there you have it. It's very stable on the glass. It's not going to come off by itself. The corners won't pick up unless you try to pick it up. Unless you're really trying to replace it, then you can pick it up and then remove it. Otherwise, it stays pretty stable on the phone, so you don't have to worry about that. On the front, I'm doing the same thing. I'm lining up the skin to the top edge using the camera hole for position, and then at the bottom, the hole is cut out perfectly for the button. Apply that, and there you have it. Now you have a matching iPhone to your iPad. You can use the same graphic for both skins, or you can upload different graphics. Now at iGearUnlimited.com, you can select from our templated designs, or you can upload your own photos, which is really cool. In addition to adding photos, you can also add text to your skin, so you can brand it with your personal name, or your, if you got pets, put your dog's name on there. Whatever you want to do. It's your imagination is the only limit. So there you have it. Again, this is Jimmy from iGearUnlimited.com. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the site.